spirits were sewing for her. Awa was the greatest seamstress in Abidjan. She had succeeded where many had failed. She was very beautiful, yet a simple widow for only a few months. In a very short time, she had become the most sought-after seamstress. But what was behind this sudden success? Sit back and let me tell you the story of AWA, the greatest seamstress in Abidjan. In Abidjan, in a busy neighborhood where taxis honked from morning until night, AWA lived with her two boys, Ibrahim, 10, and Yusuf, 7. Her husband, Moussa, was a taxi driver. Every morning, he left the house before sunrise. AWA, I'm off. Pray that I make good earnings today. May God protect you on the road, Moussa. He worked hard. He paid the rent, bought food, and covered the children's school fees. Even though life wasn't easy, they lived with dignity. But one evening, everything changed. There was a knock at the door. Two men stood there, their faces serious. Is this Mouse's family? Yes. What happened? Asked AWA, her heart racing. Mouse's taxi had been in a severe accident on the highway. He didn't survive. Awa's world collapsed. The following weeks were very difficult. The rent wasn't paid. The children often cried. Mum, when will we go back to school? Asked Ibrahim. Soon, my son, soon, she replied, hiding her tears. Awa went to her in-laws for help. My children need to go to school. I have nothing left. Please help me. Her sister-in-law answered coldly. Since you came into this house, our brother has had no peace. Figure it out yourself. They nearly threw her out, hurt, humiliated, but determined. Awa decided to fight. Since she was little, she knew how to sew. She found a local lender who gave her a loan with high interest. I want my money every month. Got it? He said harshly. Yes, I will work hard. She set up a small workshop by the roadside, under a tin roof, an old sewing machine, a wooden table, a few fabrics hanging on the wall. But years without practicing had weakened her skill. The stitches were crooked, the dresses didn't fit properly. AWA, this isn't the model I showed you. I can't wear this to a ceremony. The clients left upset. Money didn't come in. The lender returned frequently. I warned you. I want my money. One night, desperate AWA heard about a sorcerer in a distant neighborhood of Abidjan. She decided to go. The man lived in a small dark courtyard. He looked at her long and hard. You want to succeed quickly. Yes, every success comes at a price. I only want to feed my children. He gave her a dark, deep mirror and a small vial filled with a glowing green liquid. Every night at midnight, put a few drops in your eyes, then take the mirror and call the ones you choose. But remember, every stolen thing leaves a trace. Awa took the mirror and the vial and left. The first night at midnight, she entered her small workshop alone. She closed the door. Her hands were trembling. She opened the vial and let 2 green drops fall into her eyes. It burned slightly. Suddenly, her vision changed. The air seemed to move. She could see luminous shapes around her. She placed the mirror in the center of the room and whispered several names. Some members of her in-laws' neighbors who had humiliated her, the silence became heavy. Then the walls seemed to open. Transparent figures appeared. Awa was not afraid. Come work. She gave them the clients' fabrics, photos of the models, and measuring notebooks. The spirits began to sew. Their hands moved fast, very fast. The stitches were straight, the embroidery fine, the dresses perfect. By morning, AWA saw the finished garments. They were magnificent. The clients were amazed. AWA, did you make these? Yes. She replied with a slight smile. Orders multiplied. Money began to flow in. Within a few months, she left her tin-roofed workshop to open a large air-conditioned studio. New machines, shiny display cases, employees. Her children went back to school. They ate well and wore beautiful clothes. Awa even bought a nice car and moved into a large house in a residential neighborhood of Abidjan. But in her old neighborhood, some people woke up every morning exhausted. I sleep all night, but I feel tired as if I worked. Among them was Karim, the younger brother of the late Moussa. He noticed that those who were tired were often the ones who had refused to help Edouard. A doubt grew in him. One night, around 11:30 p.m., he saw Edouard leave her house secretly and head to her workshop. He followed and hid behind a car. Through a small window, he saw her put the green liquid in her eyes, then place the mirror in the center of the room. The figures appeared. Karim recognized his mother's face. Then a neighbor's. He understood. While their bodies slept, their souls worked. She is stealing their energy. The next night, Karim entered through a small back window and replaced the magical mirror with an ordinary one. Then he hid behind some fabric boxes. At midnight, AWA2 arrived as usual. She dropped the green liquid into her eyes. She took the mirror. The figures appeared, but stayed still. Work, she ordered. Suddenly, the ordinary mirror vibrated. A light burst forth. The mirror cracked and shattered into pieces. The green vial fell and broke on the tile. The spirits let out a silent cry before disappearing. But at the same moment, in the neighborhood, people woke up feeling light and refreshed. My fatigue is gone. In the workshop, Awa fell to her knees. Come back, she shouted. Karim stepped out of his hiding spot. Saving your children doesn't mean stealing others' strength. AWA lowered her head. The next day, she tried to sew alone. Her hands shook. The stitches weren't straight anymore. A client returned unhappy. Gradually, the truth spread. The neighborhood didn't expel her, but they imposed one condition. She had to work alone, honestly, rebuild her reputation without magic. Even today, in a neighborhood of Abidjan, you can sometimes see a woman sewing late at night. No more green lights, no more magical mirrors. No more spirits, just a woman learning to work with patience, and every stitch she makes now is a stitch of repair.
If this story touched you, please like, share, and subscribe for more tales of hope and courage.